The lady upstairs. This happened in the early 1990s, when I was around 8 and my little sister was 4. My grandfather had a good friend who'd recently passed away, and he'd agreed to look after the man's house for the family. It was an older place that was actually demolished a few years ago. Sometimes, maybe to give my mother a break, my grandfather would take us there to play. We would bring our dog along too, a Shetland sheepdog that we loved dearly. One thing I remember is that our dog would never come into the house with us. He would just growl at the door and nip at us if we tried to bring him in, his fur standing straight up along his back. So we always had to leave him chained up outside whenever we went in. The house was 2 stories. Downstairs, one of the rooms had this really cool piano, along with old 8-track tapes and records we could listen to. We spent hours in there, just playing the piano and listening to music. Sometimes my grandfather would give us a bucket of pastel crayons in the living room and we'd draw and color. There was also an older computer from the early 90s that had solitaire and a paint program I liked to mess around with. The upstairs room was where something was off. I remember the feeling of going up there, not necessarily scary, but uneasy. Sometimes I would go up alone just to feel it, though I didn't quite understand what I was experiencing. Looking back now, I know something was terribly wrong. One day we went over and my grandpa left us in the house while he went outside to cut the grass. I was playing with the paint program on the computer next to the staircase, and my little sister was coloring with pastels like we normally did. Then I heard her talking to someone. I looked over and she was standing at the bottom of the staircase, looking up and talking to someone I couldn't see. I asked her who she was talking to, and she said, "The lady upstairs." I got up and looked, but I didn't see anyone. When I told my sister there wasn't anyone up there, she insisted that a woman in a red dress was standing at the top of the stairs. Like, comment and subscribe for part 2.